Muhammad Ali's son detained at airport and was asked, "Are you Muslim?"
Of Cassius Clay, who changed his name to Muhammad Ali. He knows how to talk and he knows how to fight, and all the contenders were beat out of sight. Sing Muhammad, Muhammad Ali. He floats like a butterfly, stings like a bee. Muhammad, the black Superman, who calls to the other guy Ali. Catch me if you can.
Muhammad Ali's son, who bears the boxing great's name, was detained by immigration officials at a Florida airport and questioned about his ancestry and religion in what amounted to profiling, a family friend said Saturday. Returning from a Black History Month event in Jamaica, Muhammad Ali Jr. and his mother, Khalila Camacho Ali, were pulled aside and separated from each other while going through the immigration checkpoint on February 7 at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, said Chris Mancini, a family friend and attorney. Camacho Ali was released a short time later after showing a photo of herself with her ex-husband, the former heavyweight boxing champion, Mancini said. But Ali Jr. was not carrying a photo of his world-famous father, a recipient of the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Ali Jr., 44, who confirmed his Muslim faith, was detained about 2 hours, despite telling officials that he's Ali's son and a native-born U.S. citizen, Mancini said. It was the first time Ali Jr. and his mother have ever been asked if they're Muslim when re-entering the United States, he said. From the way they were treated, from what was said to them, they can come up with no other rational explanation except they fell into a profiling program run by Customs, which is designed to obtain information from anyone who says they're a Muslim, Mancini said in a phone interview. It's quite clear that what triggered his detention was his Arabic name and his religion. Reached for comment Friday, a U.S. Customs and Border Protection spokesman said in an email, due to the restrictions of the Privacy Act, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection cannot discuss individual travelers. However, all international travelers arriving in the U.S. are subject to CBP inspection, according to the Courier-Journal's report about the detention. An airport spokesman referred questions on Saturday to Customs and Border Protection officials. During his detention, Ali Jr. was asked repeatedly about his lineage and his name, as if that was a pre-programmed question that was part of a profile, Mancini said. Ali Jr. and his mother have been frequent global travelers. The family connects their treatment to President Donald Trump's efforts to restrict immigration after calling during his campaign for a ban on Muslims entering the U.S. This has never happened to them before, Mancini said. They're asked specifically about their Arabic names, where they got their names from and whether they're Muslims. It doesn't take much to connect those dots to what Trump is doing. Camacho Ali and Ali Jr. live in Florida. They have not traveled abroad since, and are considering filing a federal lawsuit, he said. Ali, the three-time heavyweight champion and humanitarian, died last June at age 74 after a long battle with Parkinson's disease. People lined the streets of Louisville, Kentucky, to say goodbye to the city's most celebrated son before a star-studded memorial service watched worldwide. U.S. border agents ask Muhammad Ali's son, "Are you a Muslim?" Border agents detained and questioned the son of the boxing legend Muhammad Ali about his religion when he flew back to the U.S. this month, a family lawyer said. "Where did you get your name from? Are you a Muslim?" they asked the 44-year-old Muhammad Ali Jr., who was born in Philadelphia and is a U.S. citizen. When Ali confirmed to immigration officials at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport in Florida that he was a Muslim, they began questioning him about where he was born, family friend and lawyer Chris Mancini told the Courier-Journal newspaper. The questioning lasted for about 2 hours. Ali had been at a Black History Month event in Jamaica with his mother, Khalila Camacho Ali. She was allowed to enter the country after producing a photo of herself with her famous ex-husband, who died last year, but her son had nothing to prove his link to the boxer. Australian children's author Mem Fox detained by US border control. "I sobbed like a baby." Read more. The 7th of February incident was the first time the family had been detained or questioned in this way, despite regular international travel, Mancini said. They consider it religious profiling linked to President Donald Trump's campaign promise to bring in a Muslim ban and his now suspended executive order banning citizens from 7 Muslim-majority countries from entering the U.S. To the Ali family, it's crystal clear that this is directly linked to Mr. Trump's efforts to ban Muslims from the United States, Mancini said, adding that they were trying to find out how many others faced similar questioning, and were contemplating filing a federal lawsuit. "Imagine walking into an airport and being asked about your religion," Mancini told the paper. "This is classic customs profiling." Ali's is the latest in a string of complaints about U.S. immigration controls after the inauguration of Trump. The former Prime Minister of Norway was held for nearly an hour at Washington Dulles Airport earlier this month and questioned over a visit to Iran 3 years ago, which he had made to speak at a human rights conference. Meanwhile, the best-selling Australian children's book author Mem Fox has suggested she might never return to the U.S. after she was detained and insulted by border control agents at Los Angeles International Airport. The 70-year-old said she was left sobbing like a baby after 2 hours of questioning while on her way to a conference. A British Muslim school teacher travelling to New York last week as a member of a school party from South Wales was denied entry to the US. The Foreign Secretary, Boris Johnson, had previously claimed the US government had committed to allowing all UK passport holders to enter the country. In another report from Telegraph, "Are you Muslim?" Florida airport detained Muhammad Ali's son. Muhammad Ali's son was detained by immigration officials at an American airport who quizzed him about his name and whether he is Muslim, according to a lawyer. Muhammad Ali Jr., the 44-year-old son of the world-renowned boxer, was kept back at an airport in Florida earlier this month, family friend and lawyer Chris Mancini told the Courier-Journal, a Kentucky newspaper. According to the newspaper, officials questioned Ali for nearly 2 hours, repeatedly asking him, "Where did you get your name from? And are you Muslim?" Ali was reportedly traveling from Jamaica with his mother Khalila Camacho Ali, Muhammad Ali's second wife, when he was detained at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport on February 7. Officials continued to question Ali after acknowledging he was Muslim, Mancini told the newspaper. Ali was born in Philadelphia and holds an American passport. To the Ali family, it's crystal clear that this is directly linked to Mr. Trump's efforts to ban Muslims from the United States, Mancini told the newspaper, referring to Donald Trump's executive order banning citizens of 7 majority Muslim countries from traveling to America. At a glance, Donald Trump's immigration ban. On Friday, 27th of January, President Trump signed an executive order temporarily blocking travel for immigrants from 7 terror-prone Muslim-majority countries. The order imposed a 90-day ban on travelers from Syria, Iran, Sudan, Libya, Somalia, Yemen, Iraq. Additionally, it suspended the U.S. refugee program for 120 days and indefinitely halts acceptance of refugees from Syria. The ban did not apply to certain visa types, nor to religious minorities fleeing religious persecution from those countries, for example, Christians. Syria is the only one of these countries specifically named in Mr. Trump's order. The others derive from a 2015 Obama-era statute listing countries of concern for terrorism to be excluded from the U.S.'s visa waiver program. Travel ban appeal. On February 3, 2017, U.S. District Judge James Robart upheld cases brought by 2 states, Washington and Minnesota, and granted an order effectively suspending Trump's travel ban. Later that week, appeal court judges refused to reinstate Trump's executive order. American Customs and Border Protection officials said they cannot discuss individual travelers. However, all international travelers arriving in the U.S. are subject to CBP, Customs and Border Protection, inspection. Muhammad Ali died last June at the age of 74. Bill Clinton, the former American president, attended his funeral in Louisville, Kentucky.